Yo, giving you a little heads up. This is some casts I did for the Inbound tournament that happened recently. It was super fun, and I did it all live on stream. This first match has some production value to it. The next few do not, but these were all really good games. So hope you stick around, check them out. Thanks Inbound for hosting it. Thanks the Sewer Squad for doing the production for this one. All the info for the people in it and the creators in it will be in the description. Enjoy. Hello and welcome everybody to the Inbound Money Tournament here. He didn't really have an official name for it. I'm not a Valve Game, joined by the lovely they, them, giving us the mayhem, Tess Daya here, having the Sewer join us here on the Not a Valve Game channel. And we're waiting on the picks and bans here. They're doing it in an interesting way for sure. Not the traditional Smite picks and bans screen. So we're waiting for our little introduction to what they're thinking. But this is Team SNADDY versus Team HAPN. You can see the rosters on your screen in front of you. And this is going to be a really interesting matchup. We've got some varying levels of time spent playing Smite 2 for sure. SNADDY has been grinding this game for quite a while, whereas Dishonored, I think, plays pretty casually. Stewie, as well, has been grinding. I have no idea how much Weekend plays the game. Whereas Paul was a top team in NA for a long time before he didn't even make it to the Vegas LAN. And Baronary, I have not seen play Smite 2 at all. So, we'll see about that. Genetics, second place at the Vegas LAN. HAPN, third place at the Vegas LAN. And Kveka and Jaggi. Kveka has been grinding it a lot recently, but Jaggi, I don't think has really touched the game that much. But all these players are still skilled Smite 1 players. And, I mean, some of that translates over, but we'll see if it translates over fully to Smite 2. As we wait for these first picks and bans to come through, it looks like they're actually doing it in-game, as it might just be regular as it being told. So we will see. But some things to expect in this match. I don't think Hunbats is going to get through throughout this entire tournament, if today at all. Aladdin as well probably will not be getting through at all. But, you know, we will see if it does get through. And it's interesting, because Aladdin did just get nerfed, but I still think he's an incredibly prominent character. Solo lane is a point of contention here, I think, especially where SNADDY is coming from. He does like to play some hunters over there, at least in the rank scene, but it might be different for the competitive. He might go more tank, or maybe he's looking at Hades or something along those lines. Ra has still been pretty prominent, and we are, you know, still waiting. And I have just been told once again that it is now, we are doing Discord. So I've been told 16 different things, and finally, we are getting the answer. But as we wait, apologies, as we wait, it's still a bit, you know, I don't know exactly what they're going to prioritize here. They might flex the hunter pick. SNADDY has been grinding out the hunters in ranked, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that. But the Morgan is a support pick that these two characters, two players share, which could be an interesting little grab here. Like I said before, Hunbats and Aladdin are probably not making it through. Aphrodite probably not making it through. And that last ban is probably going to be something that's a bit different on each side. Some people think Vulcan's good. Other people think it's absolutely terrible. And I really don't think there's an in-between on it. So we'll see which team values what. Uller, another pick that still is incredibly powerful, so that could be banned away. I do think SNADDY might just be forced to ban Hunbats and Aladdin, which is unfortunate, but it means HAPN does have a lot of freedom. I do know that Genetics is going under the tag Alter Ego this time around, so we will have to adjust to that. And Jaggi does go under the tag at YayRainbows. Because Jaggi changes his name every 2 days. And I think he just generates them. I'm not sure. But Jaggi, the things that go on in Jaggi's mind, I don't try to think about them. Because they might, it might be difficult for me to understand. HAPN's team banned Uller and Hercules. Whereas we, the SNADDY team here, have banned Mori and Afro. And the first pick is Hunbats for HAPN. Wild that Hunbats gets through here. Yes, Aphrodite is the pickup, or the ban away. And then we have the return pickup. Jingwei Zeus is a very powerful combo for the SNADDY team. If you want damage dealers, you've got them. And I think Jingwei could flex to mid, Zeus could flex to dual lane. You could also throw one of them solo if you want. I was talking about those Hunter solos before. Bologna, Yamoja are going to be the pickups for Team HAPN here. It's, I mean, it's HAPN on Yamoja. HAPN's a good player playing a support that requires a, you know, a talented player to do. And, you know, I'm ready to see what HAPN can do with it. The response pickup, I'm not sure what they're exactly going to go for, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a support themselves. Thanatos is the pickup, though. Aspect or not, I feel like Thanatos can still do very, very well. Some people are on the, you know, train of Aspect Thanatos is bad now. I still think it's very powerful. You do get a heavy downside for it, but you get a powerful upside. Ymir is the pickup for support this time around on Team SNADDY. Genetics will be piloting that. We will see what they are going to finish out their draft with Team HAPN. They need an ADC or a carry, and they need a mid lane. Unless Hunbats is going one of those roles. And Bologna also could be going jungle, but I do think Weekend is likely going to be picking up the Hunbats. But we will see. It could be something a little bit different. There are a lot of carries that are up still. Even though Ullr and Jingwei are gone, you still have picks like Cupid. You have Medusa. You have Cernanos that could be played. On Her is also a pickup that might come through, but a lot of carries are very hesitant on that pick. So we'll find out. We'll find out. But we are looking towards this end pick for the two of them. I do think that maybe we are looking in the mid lane with Poseidon falling off as hard as he did. Hecate being up and probably the best mid laner in the game wouldn't be a surprise to me at all. Paul, literally being Paul, can probably play whatever the hell he wants and make it look good. He's just that guy. So we are waiting still. We're still waiting. But he could also pull out something like the Vulcan. Vulcan is a pick that he went absolutely crazy on in Smite 1. And we will see if he does that. And I do think Team SNADDY does need a solo laner. We'll see about that. And Vulcan is the lock-in for Paul. We'll see how they finish out their draft. They do need a carry still. And Neith seems to be that carry. That could also go mid, and we could have Kaveka on the Vulcan ADC. So, could be interesting. But the Chalk is the final pickup for SNADDY there. Bologna versus Chalk. That lane is going to be interesting. I wonder how SNADDY's going to build it. I do personally believe that Chalk is best functioning at full damage. You gain so many protections and gain so many mitigations through that Chalk ultimate and that Chalk 2, and you heal so much. You can just live for such a long time, even going full damage. And losing 500 damage axes by not going full damage is just something that I feel like is a heavy trade-off. But we'll see what SNADDY does. There's a reason he's here and I'm not. We'll find out. The Neith is going to be a kind of a question mark for me, because I understand the appeal, the World Weaver, and the ability damage that Neith provides, but you've got limited objective shred with this Neith. Granted, she's got the burst, she's got a little bit of secure in her kit, but you're going to itemize her into an attack speed shred build with that. And with how strong Hunter builds are with crit and things and proc items, I just feel like Neith leaves you wanting in that carry role. But then again, it could be Vulcan. But I don't know if you're taking away Vulcan from Paul. Paul has proven himself on this Vulcan in Smite 1. Granted, Smite 2 Vulcan is completely different. So it could be a completely different beast, but the core around Vulcan is still the same. And I'm sure Paul is more than capable. In terms of compositions, though, I think the late game in the way is very, very close. I can't really give it to one side or the other. Yamoja, Hunbats, Vulcan, all incredibly powerful in the late game, but Jingwei, Zeus, and Chalk, and if the Thanatos goes Aspect, is incredibly powerful. The Bologna, depending on whether or not it goes Aspect, which it very well can, will also be incredibly powerful to fight alongside this Hunbats, or wherever she chooses to fight, because of that shared block stacks. The shared healing isn't as impactful, but those shared block stacks are incredible, especially into a team with Jingwei and Zeus, two characters that do like to basic attack quite often. Even Ymir is a character that likes to basic attack often, but with those block stacks, it's going to be pretty difficult. But we will see. We are slowly waiting to get into this game now, and my main concern in this matchup is going to be if Leo, Dishonored, which is the name he will be going under Leo. I'm sure he's a capable player as we do transition into the game, but Snaddy has been grinding this game daily, and Leo, from what I've understood, has not been. And is that going to be a big difference? That is a question I am wondering. But again, does Paul still have it? I'm confident that he does, but again, I don't know how much he's been playing. There's a lot of question marks in terms of if they're playing, and they immediately surrendered. Welcome back. We are finally here in the game this time around, and hopefully the servers are better this time and we don't have an instant F6 vote. But I was talking about aspects before. Bologna ended up picking up the aspect. Jingwei has, not Jingwei, Neath has the aspect, and Hunbats has the aspect. Bologna no longer has the damage from the final slam of Bludgeon, and will share her block stacks and her healing. Neath also does not root with the weaves now, but her attack speed gained is much, much higher from her second ability. It is a little bit of an interesting change-up, but I think it does function better with the style of play that Kaveka is going to be going for here. Thanatos as well, getting the aspect of reaping. Definitely a good point out there, but that's going to mean in the late game his sights are going to be hitting for like 600. The Vulcan Thumper turret as well. That is a dual mod Thumper turret. It is a choice. I'm not entirely too in-depth on the Vulcan choices that you can make yet. I've played them like once, so we are a bit, unknowledgeable in that field just yet. But Vulcan will likely outclear Zeus on this first wave. And yeah, it's going to be pretty easy with that Thumper and that backfire, easy clear. But left side, there's a bit of aggression from the Ymir, which is not surprising. Alter Ego is genetics, by the way, just to make that clear. And YayRainbows is also Jaggi. Leo is Dishonored. Names you might recognize, names you might not. We will see. If you're a Smite 1 fan, you probably will recognize at least some of them. Alter Ego, though, falling real low. Phantom Shell forced away, but HAPN might not let him get away. Kaveka picking up first blood for himself. Genetics going down. YayRainbows, though, still under some threat. Kaveka with the root. HAPN only has so much Omi left, but he has enough. Kaveka getting a double kill. YayRainbows goes down. And that is a huge startup for Team HAPN. Ooh, that has to hurt. But on the right side, they're still getting some wins. Leo picking up that small camp on the side, stealing it away from Snaddy because of that pressure the Bologna has. Warrior's Axe, interesting little pickup there. No Axe of Animosity anymore. It would be Sundering Axe in the late game, which kind of stinks, to be completely blunt. It sucks as an item. So it doesn't feel too good. Unless it recently was changed and I don't know about it, it does not feel very good to buy. But if you're going to go out on any character, I mean, Bologna's decent with it, but I feel like you're missing out on that Death's Toll. It hurts. It hurts a bit. But we'll see how that goes into the late game with them. Weaken, going on that blue buff for Leo to secure it right now. Snaddy throwing a bit of poke and making Bologna's life a little bit more difficult with that double attack speed slow. No aspect on the chalk here, which I'm not surprised to see, especially in a matchup that Bologna is going to want to brawl you, especially if you sacrifice your sustain like that. She's going to want to brawl you. So keeping that sustain there is more of a dissuader as well. Looking towards left side again, this is a dominant lane now with that double kill. YayRainbows is in a rough spot to start. And HAPN has really accelerated Kaveka with these double kills. Reset coming out from mid and from left side. So we're kind of back over here in the solo lane doing absolutely nothing but hitting minions. It's unfortunate that we're not getting too much action just yet, but I think that's how both teams want it. Getting that double kill in the start means Neith's going to have a bit of an accelerated, early game. Because her late game, I think, factually is just worse than Jingwei's. I don't think that it can really compete, even with this aspect. But I think getting her that head start in that mid game, and it will be very, very powerful. But we are going to farming. We're keeping Team Snaddy under that tower. Stewie, on the other hand, is looking for something to invade. Knows these back camps are coming up with that timer. So Weaken doing the same, though, on this left side, looking for some buffs to steal. Will he get away this back camp? He knows this one Harpy is up, the Roby Harpy, but the back camps are up. I don't think that they're aware that Weaken is over here, but Weaken is also posturing for this purple buff. We'll have to see if Alter Ego or YayRainbows walks in, but they probably heard the overhead slam, and Weaken getting the purple buff for himself. These back camps also going his way. HAPN already level 5, and same with Kaveka, so that World Weaver might start making some impact. But Hunbat's is going to reset. Zeus securing the red for himself. Thanatos, in the meanwhile, is going to try to get his on the farm, getting up to level 5. Almost everybody, except for the dual lane of YayRainbows and Genetics, Alterego, getting level 5. I expect Weekend to get a bit more active now that he has Fear No Evil. But I do want to note that that aspect, the game getting paused, but that aspect does make him do less damage. Some people don't think it's as much, but I do think in the later on stages of the game, you do feel that damage reduction on Weekend's aspect because the overhead slam, I think the stun it has is incredible. But you lose a lot of damage on it. But it's also made up for by the protections that are reduced by the overhead slam. But I still think that is a heavy loss on the damage. But I don't think that's what Weekend's playing for. He's not playing to be the one who does the flashy, I carry the game, right? He's got Paul on his team. He doesn't need to do that. He's playing to be more of a setup guy. Fear No Evil. That stun on the overhead smash. He might even go something like a Stone of Binding later on. You could go into more of a spicier build. Look for some defense. But the game being paused here. Little bit of weird stuff going on. Everybody's walking around. Okay, we are back in, finally. That pause lasted significantly longer than I ever could. So we will be, we're back in now. Gotta reestablish myself here in this game, but it looks like Genetics is gonna need to reestablish his life's choices, because Alterego getting caught. The Phantom Shell burned, with the Jingwei ultimate having to be used as well. Alterego goes down once again, now on a killing spree is this Neath. That's a good way to restabilize into a game. But there's going to need to be something done in this dual lane to help him. What is Paul doing? Oh, no. I think that's the game. That's not Paul. Paul's chugging along here, trying to make it work. As Earthshaker comes out to clear this wave immediately so that he can reset. Leo putting in some damage into Snaddy, but, it's a back and forth trade in the solo lane. It's as per usual. Nothing too crazy. I wonder what Snaddy's going to go first item. Is he going to go this more defensive build, or is he going to go an offensive chalk build? Like I said before in the picks and bans, I do prefer this offensive damage chalk build. Think Soul Gem, or you can go into, like, Tekukage, something along those lines, so that you are building. But he is going into Soul Gem, getting a little bit of in-scaling for that heal that he has. And honestly, intelligence and cooldown rate, good stats for chalk. Lifesteal, pretty solid stat for chalk. So we'll see how the rest of the build shapes out. Leo is going into, I believe, Golden Blade. I'm pretty sure it builds into or from that. So Golden Blade would be his first pickup. Whereas everybody else is finishing up their first items. Paul has had this Book of Thoth, and he has the mask already, which is really good. And HAPN has bought one of the best items in the game right now. This Life Binder, I believe it's called. Please correct me on that. Life Binder, yes. It is just damage. Free damage with a 15-second cooldown. It's another ability, basically. And with somebody with no cooldowns like Yamoja. Did he steal that? No, he didn't. Okay. Yeah, he could just literally throw poke for free and get that tag on the Life Binder, because he doesn't even have to hit, like, those gigantic abilities. He could just hit the one little outside of it, and that's just big damage from HAPN. Right? But on this left side again, you see HAPN posturing for this purple buff. Neath is here as well, but this time around, Stewie is here, but I think they're aware of it. They're looking directly at him. Yeah, Neath knows. But can you walk into this? Vulcan is on the way over from the backside. We'll see. Weekend's now here. The wall comes out. It looks like a fight's going to come here, though. A little bit of damage. Purple buff is secured by Team HAPN. And they will walk away. That's a little rough for them, especially this Jingwei trying to get her farm up. The Gold Fury immediately picked up as well. This is gone! Immediately! It has just disappeared. Vulcan and Neath just absolutely destroying it now. And that Dagger Frenzy picked up by both carries. I mean, this item recently got changed, so now that the stacks don't disappear, like, it doesn't have a timer on the stacks. You can have 5 stacks, and then you can pop it again, have another 5 stacks. That cooldown is separate from the stacks themselves, which makes it a really strong pickup. Both ADCs going at first, and that helps the Neath get that extra shred. We'll see what happens over here, though. Looks like HAPN's looking for a bit more fight. Alterego getting a stun, getting a little bit of damage. Dagger Frenzy popped, but Kaveka misses all but one auto attack. Unfortunate. The Queen Naga under threat now. Paul putting in some damage. Weekend also here, tanking it up. And it did end up going into the Golden Blade for Leo here, Dishonored. And I do like that. He's looking to go into what looks to be a Berserker shield next. I'm not entirely sold on that, but I think on Bologna specifically, it's really good. But we'll see how he goes further with the build. Both junglers going Jotun's... Is it Jotun's Wrath or Jotun's Revenge? What is it this time? What is it now? Jotun's Revenge now. They changed the name of... I don't want to dead name all these items, right? It is I keep calling them the wrong things, and that makes me a worse caster, right? But Executioner picked up by Neath now. She is very far ahead right now. That is crazy that he is that much of a lead. Jingwei's resetting now. Does he have full Executioner? No, he does not. He just has T2. YayRainbows really far behind now. Ooh, not too great. Not too great if you're this Jingwei. But Jingwei wants to get to that late game anyway. So we're hoping that we can get to this late game. I'm surprised that there's... I guess maybe he's not going crit, but Death Metal could be a very good pickup for this Neath, getting int and strength scaling. She has both on her abilities, and getting both intelligence and strength is strong for her. But maybe not. And at least in Kaveka's, you know, book right now. He's not looking towards that angle. He's looking more towards the on-hit effect, the kin size, that sort of stuff. Thanatos now looking into a more defensive path, as well as Hunbats. I think that's going to be a Screeching Gargoyle, whereas Thanatos is looking towards Stampede. Interesting pickups from the both of them, but junglers have been going a more tanky style this time, at least in the most recent patches or two. So I'm not too surprised, especially with the Thanatos build, or the Thanatos aspect. You want to have a lot of health so that you could do a lot of damage with his Scythe. Eventually in the late game, he's hitting for 600-700 with that ability. Wild stuff, especially for a physical ability, but this purple buff getting invaded again and secured by Kaveka, easy peasy. Walking away. Vulcan and this Hunbats are here floating on the side, but they're just here to make sure everybody gets away. This purple buff has been taken. Jaggi's gotten the first one, or YayRainbows has gotten the first one, and that's it. Even SNADDY was over there just to try to get there in time, but he was a little bit too late. Phoenix Shield picked up by SNADDY now, getting him some more sustain, and the Berserkers was the finish out from Dishonored. So I'm not too surprised with these builds, but again, like I said before, I do prefer the full damage shock. I just feel like it is more effective. He missed the meatball on the minion. Rough. But I do think that SNADDY does have an idea with this build. He's getting a ton of sustain with it. He's probably going to go a Glad Shield into a Magic D item. He didn't finish the totem. What is the goal of this, Dishonored, or Leo? What is the goal of this? Okay, just throw some poke out, I guess. I mean, I guess he takes a decent amount of damage because he doesn't have that much defense, but, you know. It seems to be just senseless violence. Anyway, the Screeching Gargoyle finished out. Means the Hunbats is a lot more tanky, especially into this Zeus, who I think is going to be his main target in the late game. I don't see him going to fight Shock or going to fight the Thanatos too often. I mean, he might in a 1v1 occasionally, but Zeus is probably his main target. Kaveka under threat, though. The Ice Shards come out, and so does the Airstrike. Can we chase him down? He's stuck in the corner. Backflip not up. The World Weaver is shot into Jingwei's face. The beads are burned, and YayRainbows goes down before Kaveka does, but finally, Stewie shuts down Kaveka. That is a big bounty going his way. River's Rebuke is burned, but he has made it through, but HAPN doesn't want to let him leave just yet. Hunbats is here now, though. Alter Ego getting silenced down. Fear No Evil is off the mark from Weaken. Lifebinder burn to try to get some damage on the Alter Ego, but Alter Ego is good as dead. Paul coming over, shutting him down, making sure no funny business goes on, and that is a 1-for-2 there. But Kaveka had quite a bounty on his head, so you're not too upset, but you wish it went better. Gold Fury now going their way as well. That's you definitely want it to go better for you. I don't think maybe you could get away. You don't have to walk in if you're Alter Ego there, but then again, you're trying to buy space for the Thanatos so that Yamoja doesn't just kill him herself with this damage build, this Lifebinder. It's very, very threatening. But now, we have HAPN here, tanking up, or Kaveka here, tanking up this Pyromancer. The turret and the Thumper here putting in some damage, but this Bayonary is here, putting some damage in, but Paul does secure it. And Pyromancer goes their way, HAPN picks up the bomb, and they're resetting now. Glad Shield finished up by HAPN now. As well, means he's really hurting. He's really chunking with these abilities now. That's a scary Yamoja. What he's going into now, I don't know, because he's got that the little mask, that funny looking blue mask.
Your left tower is under attack.
And now he's building into a separate item completely. I was thinking he was going Xerxes, but you see Ymir coming in with the Stampede, Kaveka under threat, and Ice Shards goes down, Kaveka getting picked on, and this is what I was asking for before. You needed to get on Kaveka because of the bounty on his head. The bounty was taken away, but now, shutting down Kaveka after these backflips are burned, getting him when he's vulnerable. HAPN isn't always here to protect him, and that is huge, especially for a character like Neith, who doesn't have any in-kit CC immunity, and just can be under threat by somebody like Ymir, who could just put a wall in her face. This is really good for YayRainbows as well, because it allows him to get the tempo of the lane back in his favor. YayRainbows is a very momentum-based player. When he's on his highs, and he swings. But on the lows, it's a little rough. Does Genetics steal this? He does not. HAPN does grab it away. That would have been a little rough. But he didn't want to pick up the Naga. He did not. Weekend already has one from before, but nobody picked up that one. A little awkward. Somebody want to pick it up? I don't think Weekend has one from before. That's not double stacked. So it's just sitting on the ground, I think. Unless I'm crazy. But we'll see. Leo might need to be a bit crazy here to get away. The block stacks do push them away. I love the pickup of this Ankh here, because the Ankh allows him to spread these even with these block stacks, that extra damage that pulls around him allows him to spread it so effectively. Onto this Chalk, this Thanatos. Jingwei undoubtedly is going to have maybe some lifesteal in her build, and the healing from even the Zeus lifesteal, very small but still impacted by this Ruinous Ankh, and likely going to be diving the Zeus. So, you know, pretty good. A little bit of poke going his way. Was that worth it happening? I don't know. He's just trying to be annoying right now. But how irritating can you be? Is he going under again? He's not. He's not. Genetics stopped it anyway, though. See Jingwei coming back now. Hunbat's looking to get a little bit frisky here, but he sees Thanatos, not trying to get too gone on by him. Left side, though. This lane has been a very back and forth kind of lane. This purple buff, finally, I think getting secured by Jaggi, YayRainbows, and actually being able to get some farm for himself. Getting only about a level and a half or a level deficit now. It could have gone way, way worse for him, for sure. Those side camps were picked up by him mostly. So, you know, it's just, at this point, we're smooth sailing. We're trying to get to this late game as this Jingwei. Neith, finishing up that, shit. I don't know the name of that item. Demon Blade. I knew it was something demon. Demon Blade. The crit is going into what Neith is looking like. That's why I'm asking, where's the death metal? Especially if you're going crit now, where is the death metal? That item is really, really good on dual scalers. I want to see that death metal, especially from just dual scaling characters like Neith, like Medusa, like Cupid. It's just strong. And we're missing out on an item like that. River's Rebuke comes out in the mid lane, forcing the Phantom Shell away, but no follow-up was there. I think Genetics could have held that a little bit longer, but it looks like they're going on HAPN here. The Scythe is not going to find HAPN just yet, but they're just securing the Pyromancer. They're not looking to get much more than that. You see SNADDY behind, though. Is he going to get an engage here? I don't think there's really anything he can find, other than maybe a Hunbat who's trying to put some damage into him, but okay, a little bit of poke. That's really it, though. Looks like SNADDY's gonna walk away, go back to the right side. Not really too much came of it. This is it's slowed down quite a bit, despite Team HAPN having kind of an electric start with Kaveka. This dual lane has been where most of the action is. Solo laners have been content to farm and just get their items. Glad Shield being what SNADDY picks up next. He does not have any magical prots into this Vulcan. I do think that he will probably go into maybe a Gargoyle. Gargoyle, at least in my opinion, is like the only good magical defense item right now. At least like solo Mag D item. There's some good split prot items. We threw a World Weaver at SNADDY because we felt like it. Okay. Anyway. Right side, we're kind of just standing around. We're looking to see if we could set something up now. Genetics and YayRainbows are both over here, but YayRainbows is missing out on some farm doing this. You see two on the right side. That's a good wall. HAPN is caught, and HAPN might be done here. The Phantom Shell is burned, but the Zeus Ultimate, the Lightning Storm, and the Execute puts HAPN down. All 5 of Team SNADDY have grouped up and have decided that this is going to be coming our way now. We cannot let you just walk over us, and we will not let you just walk all over us. Really good pickup there onto HAPN. HAPN's had a lot of freedom to do what he's wanted this game, and that really slows that down. At least you're going to get punished if you just think you can walk around freely and do whatever you want. And that's kind of like a mental message, as well as just, you can't just do that. You know, this sort of offensive build you have, now going more defensive, but you have a bit more offense. It's not going to be something you live forever with, man. Really good pickup on that corner, on that wait for the bush. So, real good there. I don't think they're going to get anything off of it. Fire Giant is a bit too risky, especially with Paul on this Vulcan. Zeus Ultimate being down as well means your Shred is a little wacky. But there is a massive gap in the item builds right now, and that is a literal Deathbringer on Neath, and YayRainbows has not that. YayRainbows knows he has to walk away here. The ult forced away using that Fear No Evil, but he's dashing back in with that ultimate. A little bit of damage goes into Weaken, but the Screeching Gargoyle, little damage following up, but Weaken is the one in danger, and Weaken actually becomes the danger there with Kaveka on his backside, taking down Stewie, but Weaken falls, Kaveka follows suit. And Alterego is there just to make sure everybody goes down the way they want to. But Fire Giant is picked up by Team HAPN now, knowing that this Fire Giant is pretty squishy. Can they get it before Zeus makes his way over? Do Team SNADDY know what's going on? They probably do, but it looks like there's nothing they could do about it. It is secured. HAPN gets it for his team. Looks like Bayonari's trying to catch somebody, though. Bayonari is hungry, looking for more. They're picking up Pyromancer now. I don't know if Team HAPN is just going to give that up. HAPN himself, at least, doesn't want to just give that up for free. But if I'm Paul, I'm probably just walking away here. But I'm not Paul, and Paul's looking to do something else with this. There's a little bit of damage coming his way, and there's a little bit of the Earthshaker coming out, but YayRainbows gets it himself. SNADDY on the backside, making it a little bit harder for Leo to get in there. But that will be that. Walking away now, YayRainbows trying to reset, but HAPN stopping him with a basic attack. It's actually pretty funny. Mid T1 under threat now. There's 3 members with Fire Giant. Weaken and Kaveka both not having it. Weaken, it's not as big of a deal on him. Granted, it would be nice to have it on the Hun Bats, but it's not as big of a deal. He's a tankier target, this Void Shield and this Screeching Gargoyle. He's more of a supportive cast member, but Kaveka having that Fire Giant would be absolutely massive. Unfortunately, he does not, because he did get picked on that left side with that rotation. But getting a Fire Giant in exchange for that rotation still is pretty big. It denies it from Team SNADDY, and it puts the momentum back in their favor. I am curious. Gargoyle is finished up by SNADDY, but I am also curious to see where exactly we are going to play with this Fire Giant. Are we just using it as a restabilizer? Or are we using it as a sort of, you know, way to get ourselves on the offensive? Are we getting aggressive here? But it looks like Team SNADDY might be posturing to get aggressive here. Again, they're using these corners, these bushes, to try to find somebody out. Weaken looking to be the one that's caught. No, Weaken doesn't get caught. Vulcan is more aware of it. I think Weaken walked past, didn't see them on the minimap, but Paul did. Maybe he did, though. Maybe I'm just a doubter, a hater. We'll see, though. SNADDY taking quite a bit of poke here, though, from Weaken's own bats, having to heal up and port away. But YayRainbows, allowing YayRainbows time to farm up is good here, but there's also a Gold Fury that's going down now. We have interesting spot. Kaveka shreds through that real quick now. I was doubting the deep damage, but that is a lot of damage from that Earthshaker, about almost 1,000 right there. But Alterego uses that Stampede to get away. Easily able to slip out. Look at YayRainbows, though. This is a dangerous game he's playing right now. He's going to walk away. Is he going to try and proxy the next wave? Or is he teleporting right side? He might. I think he is actually just teleporting right side. Nope, he's resetting. Nope, he's proxying the next wave. Really good wall by Genetics there. But Jingwei proxying this next wave makes the push a little bit more difficult. But there's nobody here to defend this wave right now. And Alterego really is not the best wave defender. You got to put a freeze onto Kaveka. The wall down is real good, but Alterego taking quite a bit of damage because of it. The Lightning Storm comes down, a little bit of poke onto everybody, but Yamoja will keep him topped up, keep him healed up. And this left side Phoenix is still under threat. There is a pretty hard time now, especially if you're Zeus getting caught in the corner of the River's Rebuke. And now with Bologna by himself, and Kaveka's charging up the ultimate, but sees SNADDY in his sights and wants to take SNADDY down. Takes one down, Bayonari is the other. getting soloed out by Leo. Hunbots jumping in. Screeching Gargoyle cannot silence the CC immune. Jingwei. So we are going looking for the end. HAPN posturing for it, but can they defend this? This Titan is still a bit tanky because of these T2s and T1s that are still up. But YayRainbows disappears. Hunbots gets to leap out. But Stewie's on the chase, but Stewie gets stunned out. Stewie has to go up into the air, but the Titan's going lower and lower, and the Titan goes down as Stewie takes down Weaken. Game going to happen. SNADDY's gonna have to take a game back before they make this their set. That kind of ran away from them, Team SNADDY at least, because Duo Lane kind of just got ahead, but then Fire Giant was picked up because of the heavy rotation on the Duo side at that one point where the game was starting to turn around, and it sort of just sped up from there. We weren't, at the times we were cohesive, we were clearly just team fighting better than them. But the times we weren't, we just kind of faltered because of it. HAPN doing an excellent job on this Yamoja, Leo doing an excellent job on the Bologna, and showing that my doubts were wrong. He can, in fact, play ball. He still got it. He's still gaming. I mean, he's still doing it exactly what he needs to do, putting in 21,000 player damage, the most in the game. And Vulcan slacking on those numbers right there. Damn. But most in the game. Kaveka doing exactly what he needs to do. And you've got the Paul doing exactly what he needed to do. I think there just needs to be a bit more cohesion from Team SNADDY for them to get it. Even though the marker is wrong here. Team HAPN took that. It is 1 up for Team HAPN. 1 more game to go for Team HAPN to secure the next round. We'll see if it does that as we go to a quick break. Welcome back, everybody. We're still here in the sewer, but this time we got SNADDY on first pick, HAPN on second pick. Bans have already started to come on their way as we have the first ban out, Yamoja and Jingwei from Team SNADDY, and the response ban is Hunbats and Ymir from Team HAPN. As we wait for these first picks to come out, it is it's interesting to see how the impact has changed. I think HAPN's team values this Hunbats a lot higher than Team SNADDY does, because SNADDY didn't ban it away. The Emoja put in some absolute work, though, so I'm not surprised to see that taken away. Jingwei is taken away because they don't want Kaveka to have that safe pick. Makes sense to me. So, we'll see what the first pick is for Team SNADDY. I would not be surprised to see a sort of priority towards some of the picks they banned out last game. Aphrodite, the Morgan, all these picks, very powerful and still can run the game. Aladdin is also up, and was also up last game and was not picked at all. So they might not value, neither team might value it at all. So it could just be, locked as a pick that they don't want to do. It could also just be a jungle preference. Stewie and Weekend may not be comfortable on Aladdin, where I'm sure Stewie's capable at Aladdin, but this is also a tournament for money. If they're not confident on a pick, or they don't feel 100% on a pick, why take it? You don't want to take that risk. But we'll see what they first pick. We are still waiting on that. And I am kind of interested in this Ymir ban because, well, Genetics did fine on it. I think he did good on it. I don't know exactly what. It must be a throwaway from HAPN because they want to get either Aphrodite, the Morgan, them both, or they're looking for Aladdin. Right? I think they're trying to get something. And taking away the Ymir from Genetics is just, he played it, he proves he can play it, he's good at it, let's take it away from him. Right? So, if I am Team SNADDY here, I think it's either Aphrodite or it's Aladdin. It's one of the two. But then again, neither team liked Aladdin last game, so they're not they might just not pick it. But we'll see. These two picks are still up though, and it makes me wonder what Team SNADDY prioritizes. Again, they aren't doing this in the traditional ban sense. They are doing it through Discord. So, Medusa will be their first pickup here, as Team HAPN's looking to respond, picking up Zeus for themselves. And Bologna, once again, running Leo's Bologna back. He did well last game, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we'll see. The Baron Samedi Agni. Baron Samedi is a pick that I have heard only bad things about recently. I don't know. The Baron Samedi is just something that people talk about and think it's bad. But Sobek is a pickup into it, and I believe they're rounding it out. We'll have to see what they pick up here, but it is going to be Pele that is the pickup. Agni, Baron Samdi into the Sobek Pele. Both picks that are good, but it's Shock going to be picked up once again for Snaddy. Feeling comfortable on that pick. And Stewie rounding it out with the Thanatos once again. It's interesting to see this time. Genetics on this Baron Samdi. We'll have to see exactly what he does. And I'm really curious where this fits in. Because they picked it into the first half of their draft, right? They picked it into Zeus and Bologna. I think it's looking specifically for Zeus and to get him involved in these fights or get him closer to where the team wants him to kill him. But then again, it could be a countermeasure for Bologna and her attack speed. That Hysteria, slowing her attack speed and making her do less damage, is something that's very good into her. But Pele can run this Baron Samdi down, but she does get slowed down by that snake. So we'll see how it goes. I am curious, real curious. Agni being a pickup by Bayonary here. The Zeus was taken away from him this time around. So Agni is the next pickup. Hecate. And now Aladdin. I was going to see both picks that are ignored. And despite the Aphrodite and the Morgan being banned last game, neither of them were picked. Aladdin is the final pickup for Team HAPN here. Likely going. It could go to Paul here, or it could go to Weekend. Paul could also run this Pele, or it could be Aladdin ADC for Kaveka, but I also think it's just Zeus ADC for Kaveka, because that's something more traditional in terms of Smite 2. Paul also is a proficient Pele. Paul is a dual player. I mean, he can figure it out. I'm sure he's more than capable of playing Pele. He's more than capable of playing Aladdin. I wonder where they're going to slot this Aladdin in, because I do think it is Zeus Sobek dual lane. Bologna is going solo lane. I don't think she's going anywhere else. And the Aladdin and the Pele are really the question marks here. Baron Samdi Medusa is going to have an interesting time into the Zeus Sobek, because if Baron gets plucked, he's probably just dead. But they also have decent fight back into it. It's just not... You gotta hit a certain point in the lane before you can really hard fight back into it. You don't want to fight just yet. It is a interesting time, but we'll see how interesting it will be as we head into game. Team Snaddy versus Team HAPN, this best of 3 set. On the brink is Team Snaddy. Going into it now. YayRainbows on this Medusa. I wonder if he's going to go death metal, because nobody did it last time. Will Zeus go death metal? We'll see. Are people just not good at reading? We'll see. If they don't go death metal, they're probably not. Pele is the mid laner for Team HAPN, and Weekend picking up this Aladdin for himself. I wonder which way he's going to go. There was a pretty strong strength build focus on Aladdin for a while now because of those punches on that second ability, Dash plus the Genie. We'll see, though. It'll be very interesting. Aladdin also just received some pretty heavy nerfs in the most recent patch. The one that came out like last night at like 6 p.m. randomly. Because we don't have a schedule. But that's besides the point. The Thanatos versus the Aladdin matchup. Aladdin, I think, might just actually just nuke Thanatos after a certain point in the game. Aladdin just does that much damage. It's unfortunate, but Leo also built Blink on Bologna, which I absolutely hate. I hate Blink on Bologna. I don't know what that does for the character. Blink Bologna bad. Unga bunga. But where you could have been more... I feel like Shell could have been better for you. Could have done more to function. Beads could have done a bit more. Aegis could have done a bit more for you. Like, oh, I really don't like Blink Bologna. Pele is sitting on the side here. Bayonary is wise to it, though. A little bit of clear from Pele coming out. And both these teams, no one's invading. No one's doing something crazy here. Stewie does start with Snaddy to pick up that blue buff and is going to go from right to left here in his jungle. And Agni does pick up his 2 first. The change in Smite 2 has really made his dash kind of suck for his first wave clear. And a lot of players have adapted to just get the 2 first. And I'm in this similar boat, because honestly, why would I get the dash when it puts me at risk, and it also just really isn't that much damage difference from the 2. Damage really is not the same as that Smite 1 impact it had. Snaddy hitting level 2 first, though, is danger for Leo, and Leo has to walk back up, or walk away. Pele here, though. This mid lane is going to be interesting. Are we going to let Paul walk up to Bayonary? Because if we are, then this game is going to be real difficult for Team Snaddy to win. But this double melee mid combo, the mid jungle, is going to be something that is very interesting to watch. Speed buff secured by Team HAPN there, but nobody's going to be able to pick it up just yet, because they don't want to walk up into that double melee combo. Agni really is not going to do much until level 3, and then until level 5. So you don't really want to fight with him just yet. Aladdin going right side to his jungle, while Stewie goes left side, picking up that sack of coins before going back over to these oracles. Leo going over to these camps now. And Snaddy looking to, I don't know exactly what he's going for. He's looking for maybe a bit of a wave clear. Aladdin picking up the blue for himself. Going back towards mid. Those little shards are up for him to pick up, though. That's what he does grab. He grabs the strength and intelligence from it, but he's looking towards this right side now. Jumping onto Snaddy here. Snaddy is under threat. Those punches from the genie are not enough, and Snaddy gets to blink away. Axe throw in the return, saying, you can hold this real quick. Doing about 120 damage to both of them is pretty good. But look at Pele on this mid lane. He's looking to try to capitalize on Bayonary being so forward here. No, he won't. He's just looking to clear down. It's a bit risky to walk into a full minion wave like that. He missed the 2 on the minions. That's rough. The left side, a bit of aggression. Sobek having to pluck away, interestingly enough. But they walk away. Nothing too crazy just yet. Again, Leo Dishonored hopping into, or opting to go into this Warrior's Axe. I really didn't see it making a difference. Bellona did the same thing she would with a Death's Toll with the Warrior's Axe last game. So I guess, I mean, it functions. Whatever, right? If you like it, you like it. We'll see, though. Pele going the Bluestone in the mid lane does mean she's still susceptible. She's still a bit squishy, but that still makes her a very big threat to this Agni.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Agni does have to play this lane carefully. Look at the Weaken on the left side, though. They're looking to set something up on this left. I think Genetics saw Weaken, though, and they're very aware of this. Maybe not, though. No, they're just posturing towards these camps. You see Zeus over here floating by, trying to set up something on a corner. We'll see how long they are willing to wait here, though. They're setting up on this purple once again, trying to get YayRainbows behind. And it looks like they're just going to get it for free. There's not really much they can do about it. Alter Ego is very, very aware of it. They're waiting. They're waiting to see what they could grab. Looks like not much. Waiting for this farm game. Not very exciting stuff going on right now in this early game. They're playing a lot more reserved this time around. There were 2 kills last time on Kaveka by this point, which is much better for Team Snaddy. That he doesn't have them. Baron Samedi, though, looking to get aggressive here, looking to force the blink away from Zeus. Sobek does take it, though, and the pluck comes out. The Lurking in the Waters is burned, and so is the Lightning Storm, but Alter Ego is still looking to chase him down. Looking to punish the Zeus. Get a bit aggressive here, but the purple buff is under threat now. Thanatos is here on the side. HAPN trying to steal this away. It is secured by YayRainbows, but HAPN taking quite a bit of damage here. Not going to be able to get sucked in by that Baron Sandy ultimate because it was just burned. So they will get away, but the purple buffs were traded. Blue buff coming up again right side, and Snaddy is wise to it. We'll see if he does get this steal. I think it's just going to be an axe over the wall, see if we get it. Judging by the fact that Weaken didn't pick it up, I think he did. Could be wrong on that, though. We'll see if he postures towards it, or if Dishonored goes to pick it up, or Leo goes to pick it up. We will find out. It looks like Leo is uninterested. So I think Snaddy may have just taken it. But there was a full wave there. And now Snaddy going to pick up those little fire shards in the Fire Giant Pit. Those give you small buffs. +2 strength 2 and intelligence for picking those up. They come up every so often. I'm not sure the exact timer, but they stack up. Especially on a character that benefits from both sides, like Chalk, or like Medusa or Zeus. Aladdin's another one who could benefit from both. So you might want to try to prevent them from getting it. If you're one of these like a single scaling characters. Kaveka throwing out that chain lightning, getting a bit of farm for himself. Aladdin jumping on the wall, trying to grab Genetics here. Genetics forced back up, and now Genetics is going down into the ground here. Some damage coming from YayRainbows, but there's no rainbows where you go into. There, if you're Genetics, you're gone. He does get picked off there. Aladdin being there is interesting. The way he rotates around that wall is able to just make sure that kill goes their way. It sets up the pluck perfectly for HAPN. Not that that HAPN needs the setup like that, but it just makes the perfect CC combo. But now we can using that teleporter to come over to the right side. I don't know if he's going to get any kills here, but Dishonored's looking to make something happen. Running on the wall. Is he going to catch him? He will not. A little bit of poke coming his way, but that'll be that. Chalk's a bit more difficult for him to kill by himself or for the damage. You know, he's got a lot of sustain, and he's also very slippery. That blink is back up as well. So, difficult kill, for sure. Interesting spot now, because we have a sort of impasse. First blood has gone to Team HAPN. I believe it went to Kaveka, but I'm not entirely too sure. Lifebinder popped. Kaveka did get it, but Kaveka might also get a coffin right to his face. Medusa is here, but Medusa is trying to get to the Zeus. Now he will. Kaveka getting tagged and put down. YayRainbows picking it up. Oh, for the perfect setup from Genetics there. That Lifebinder putting in some damage as well. This item, real good. Pele, though, looking to clear out this wave. The stun comes down, a bomb comes down as well, but it's a little bit of poke, a little bit of back and forth poke. Look at HAPN being all sneaky here. HAPN's looking to steal this away, and will he secure it? The Sunder will be burned. I believe he got it for himself. He did. Neither of them pick it up, so it does look like it goes HAPN's way. Banary and Stewie waiting for these two melee gods to come into this little bit of farm here. Looking for Paul. Paul might be in danger here. The stun coming out from Bayro, and then the hit right there, the dash to cover the option of the Pele ult getting away, but it will not even go off in time. The kill getting picked up on a Paul is huge for Bayro. SNADDY trying to leap away. Eagles Rally coming out in the blink from Aladdin here. Are we going into the lamp just yet? We have quite a bit of damage coming our way, but Aladdin is too low here. Aladdin needs a savior right now. He needs to wish to be alive right now, but no, he's not going to burn that wish to come back up. He goes down. Kill going, another kill going the way of Stewie there. I believe that one went to Stewie. The one went to Bayro in mid. Real good from Team SNADDY this time. A lot more clean team play this time around. Making it better, but YayRainbows needs some help from his teammates right now. He's getting gone on, getting dove under the T1 on left side, but he will slip away. Jaggi getting gone on still, though. We missed that, unfortunately. But he got gone on, he got dove. But on the left side, SNADDY's here. He's going on Zeus now. Kaveka under threat. The Lifebinder burned, and now it's only a matter of time. Kaveka was just going for the farm there because he knew he was cooked.
Your right tower is under attack.
Oh. We have a bit of a respite now, so we are going to wait and see where we are going now with these builds. SNADDY looking to build in the same way. Doesn't go the Phoenix Shield this time. He picks up the Glad. Probably will pick up the Phoenix Shield later on. Dishonored building the exact same way. Aladdin going to book. He's looking to focus on this intelligence, though. Not going partial strength like a lot of people do just yet. We're focusing mainly on intelligence. Stewie looks like he's building the exact same way as he did last game. Agni getting that book and that soul gem online. A lot of cooldown on Agni is always good. Pele getting that brawler's beat stick, but Thanatos is looking for the engage once more. There's a lot of damage going Pele's way. Paul is falling low, but Stewie is lower and now in the ground. And with Weekend here, Banary is meeting the same fate. Weekend picking up one for himself. That is unfortunate if you are Team SNADDY, because that you had the momentum before that. Now Gold Fairy is being picked up by Team HAPN. Paul is on the corner here. Alter Ego looking to pick up this mid wave. They're not even going to contest the Gold Fairy. They know it's already gone by the time they get there. And there's really not much hope in trying to invent and get this steal. Secured. Are you going to detonate? Are we getting this? Yeah, it left a little early, Kaveka. Anyway. You see this more offensive build start. Well, not offensive. It's still a like a defense item, but it's build. It relates to your protections and doing more damage because of your protections. The silence and screeching gargoyle comes through, and now we're going to try to pull HAPN in, but that lurking in the waters is there. We do tag Weekend though. We're going into the lamp with Genetics as YayRainbows is going to not be able to get saved. A lot of damage coming his way, but HAPN gets put down. Kaveka putting in the work with this Dagger of Frenzy. Meanwhile, in the lamp, it looks like it's pretty even in this fight. Weekend actually losing out. The lamp finally coming through and finally getting forced out. Weekend actually getting kind of dominated in that fight by Alter Ego. Alter Ego, though, now under threat. Kaveka is here. Not a fair 1v1 anymore, and the Lifebinder really helping him out. Banary here coming to support his support. Slip away. 2 kills going the way of Team HAPN. And 1, I believe, going the way of Team Snaddy, but that is that.
Tower is under attack.
This is a lot of damage, though. Going on to Kaveka, and Kaveka will fall down. Bayoneri dashing to the tower to make sure of it. Damn!
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's a bloody game for sure. The Sundering Art secures that, too. That is rough. Oof. Interesting pickup from Kaveka here, getting that Bracer of the Abyss. It is a intelligence attack speed item. When you hit an enemy god or jungle boss with an ability, or basic attack, you gain 10 basic attack damage, and it stacks up to 6 times. That is 60 extra basic attack damage if you stack it up that many times, meaning his objective shred is really, really strong. But if you're hitting 6 basics on a god, that speaks to another problem, I think. But that extra damage is really going to be good, especially for a character that does magical damage. Basic attack damage is something that really stacks up for you. And Zeus is definitely an evidence of that. Going that Gilded Arrow, real good for him. Looks like Bayoneri's getting gone on, though. That pluck is real good, but the beads are better, saving him from a real quick death there. Bayoneri, still a good button pusher as well. I was doubting some of these players not having a lot of time in Smite 2, but it looks like you're still putting buttons down. I do think Bayoneri was playing in the Brazil scene while the time of the Vegas stuff was going on in like the qualifiers and things like that. He was playing in the Brazil scene, but he's still a good button pusher, so don't worry about that. Let's see. As we have a bit of a respite here, nobody's doing anything too spicy with their builds. Everybody's kind of going standard. Nothing too crazy. HAPN taking a bit of poke, but you know, that'll be that. Look at this Petrify coming out on the left side here. I was about to make another point, but YayRainbows was trying to secure that for himself. Alter Ego trying to cover the option, but the pluck comes down and Paul comes in. Alter Ego under a lot of threat here. The Barrett's Brew is popped, and so is the life of the party, but your life is not at the party anymore because you are dead. HAPN getting picked up, though. 2 for 1. Alter Ego goes down, and Kaveka is probably going to join him real quick. Kaveka turns it around, though, onto Stewie, and now Aladdin's here, and Aladdin puts down Bayoneri. That's a 2 for 3 now. Kaveka lived. That's absolutely criminal. Damn. And Leo even TP'd over to try to make sure he was there for the fight if one broke out, but now he's just like, all right, I guess I'm taking these backs. These side camps. YayRainbows down 2 levels now, which is real rough for him. He had a much better start this game, but now it's not a great position if you're YayRainbows. Woo! Game started slower, but now is picking up pace.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I'm still interested to see where Weekend's going with this build. This Polynomicon, interesting pickup on the Aladdin, but you are doing quite a bit of basic attacking on that character. He's also got quick basic attacks. You are up in their face. The Ob Shard, very good pickup as well. I'm going to get in the Divine Ruin, I think, is core, especially with all the healing that could be spread by Dishonored and the healing that comes from the Pele. So, a little bit of stun, a little bit of damage going their way. Sobek trying to secure these big camps by himself. He will get them eventually. Gargoyles finished up for both supports. Glad Shield finished up for HAPN. Beads picked up by Alter Ego or Genetics. As Gold Fury is now picked up by Team HAPN here. Are Team Snaddy wise to it? It doesn't seem like it. Looks like Bayoneri is now walking towards that side of the jungle to see something, but Gold Fury's already gone. Picking up that gold pouch maybe as a small consolation prize, but not too happy about that. Naga Queen picked up as well. Alter Ego's here. Alter Ego's going to try and pluck in HAPN, but HAPN does get away. They're looking to pick this up now. Is there going to be a fight here? HAPN is looking to try to take this away. You have to keep him out because that Sunder is there. That is a good turnaround by HAPN, but Team Snaddy do secure that Naga Queen. The Lightning Storm comes down to try to get it, but no, it does not get it. And that seed is still on the ground. That Naga egg is still on the ground. Nobody picked it up. Nobody picked it up. No, it looks like Chalk. No, Chalk is on the other side of the map. No, he's not. He's not. I'm lying. I have eyes, I swear. He picked it up just now. Pyromancer, now going to be the target of Team Snaddy. But you see Paul trying to throw some damage into Snaddy, while Kaveka just kills Genetics in left side. I don't know what Genetics was doing there, but he died. Pyromancer does go their way. A little easy peasy for that.
attack.
Again, the posture from Team HAPN is very aggressive a lot of the time. Genetics is trying to make stuff happen, but a lot of the time, the follow-up damage either is just not enough. Bayro, though, forced to burn the beads to try to get away there. Don't know if it was entirely necessary, but it made sure he was safe. The beads might have been a bit late for him. Now, mid tower goes down, and they're looking to do something here. Reset, get their farm, get their gold spent
Your middle tower
before
is
coming
under
back in.
attack.
Look at HAPN. What is HAPN doing? HAPN on this left side camp, though, getting gone on right now. A little bit of poke going his way, but they're not going to be able to catch him, lock him down. Bit too fast, bit too tanky from the die in time. So now we have to kind of just we have to wait again. SNADDY going the shifter shield this time over the Phoenix shield. Interesting little pickup for him. He's got a lot of damage now with this sort of offensive with defense build, but he's also missing out on some magical defense. I believe he might be going Screeching now. I don't know if that... No, that doesn't build into Screeching. So he's going another FISD item. Aladdin still does magical damage, so we are going to be still tanking Aladdin, but Aladdin really won't be fighting SNADDY unless something's going horrendously wrong. So we do have a bit of freedom to go a bit more physical. Now I see another item built here that does look to be more magically defensive from SNADDY. SNADDY comes back in, clearing this way, but Aladdin is on the way. A weaken is wise to this lack of magical defense, and SNADDY's taking quite a bit of damage from him. Bologna ult comes on the way back, but the blink out from SNADDY is perfectly timed to slip away and be safe. Mid lane, though, Stewie's getting gone on by Paul. Paul doesn't have enough damage, though, to get Stewie before he goes up. Aladdin's in, though. Stewie having a blink away. A little bit of poke from that one, but it's not enough to take him down just yet. A little bit of trades going back and forth, though. Looks like Genetics is trying to find something. Alter Ego here, trying to patch up to somebody to get this coffin going, but there's going to be no party if nobody shows up. So, Alter Ego kind of just going to have to walk with that. Zeus, in the meantime, is able to free farm while YayRainbows is over here. Kind of just watching. Unfortunately, he does not get anything over here. Rough. Really rough.
Has arrived. Your left tower is under attack.
As we look now, we see Kaveka has at level 20, which is a really big spike for him. He's got that Berserker shield as well, meaning the physical damage, pretty much everybody who's going to be diving him is going to do quite a bit less damage to him. Stewie is very defensive with his build, going the Stone of Binding Purification builds. Now I think going into a possible Serrated Edge. No, I don't think Serrated builds from that. Going into an item. But SNADDY looking to posture with this Fire Giant. The stun or the knockup is there. Weaken's doing quite a bit of damage to SNADDY now. SNADDY able to avoid a good amount of it. SNADDY's waiting to try to get this Fire Giant. The Storm Call comes out. The dagger's on the ground, and SNADDY is low here. But Paul is lower. Paul gets blinked away. That was insane from Paul, and it baits in Stewie to land back down. Bayonary finally picks up Paul, but that's already 2 people down for them. YayRainbows putting in some work. Bayonary goes down, and Leo finishes off YayRainbows. That is a resurrect from that dagger, and that is everybody going down from Team SNADDY. Up the mid lane they go. I don't think the game ends here, but it gets pretty damn close. We have Mid Phoenix going down for sure here, and I don't know if they end. They possibly could. This is a close call. Close call for sure. But Zeus is doing quite a bit of work on this, and they do have 2 attack speed people. They have a Polynomicon, so we'll see. They have no bombs. No, they don't have a bomb. Pele is dead. A lot of damage, but they're going for the end. There's about 2 seconds until Stewie's up, but can Stewie do it alone? SNADDY is in. No, they're backing away. They're backing away. They're giving it up. They don't want to risk it. That's fine. They have Fire Giant. They took down a Phoenix. They got big wins there. They're walking away, trying to invade some camps on the way out. Damn, that was really big. That fight went horrendously for Team SNADDY. If I'm them right now, I need YayRainbows to get farmed up. I need him to be safe and farm up. You either send him to this right side to do it, or you find whichever lane they're not going to, and you send him to that one, because he is level 16 right now. It's different if it's Alter Ego, who's 15, who's the support, but him being level 16, not no bueno, no bueno. Aladdin pushing down this right side in the meantime, though. So Pele coming in from the backside, though. You see her posturing behind this Gold Fury, looking to see if we can get anything here. We got the burn ultimate from Genetics here. Gold Fury reset as HAPN comes up from the water. Leo is behind as well. Leo is looking to engage here, make the space that Paul needs, but Stewie has to go up. Chalk is in as well. A lot of damage onto Zeus, but will he go down? He will not. Is saved for a moment, but then we have YayRainbows coming in, petrifying them, but it's only one goes down, and that's almost everybody. The only person left is Alter Ego, and there only needs to be one person who chases him to stop him from backing, because the game will be over very, very shortly if we keep him there. Paul is on him, and Paul will probably take him down at this point. Genetics is going to have to pull something out of his genetics to make sure he gets this done and gets back to the base, but at this point, it's almost hopeless. We've got a very, very short window for this to go his way, and Paul's going to take a while to kill. That's for sure. And Paul doesn't even have to do anything here. He can just stare at Genetics to make sure he doesn't reset. The game going 2-0, Team HAPN. Rough for Team SNADDY for sure, but it wasn't an easy bout for Team HAPN by any means. Damn. That was a really back and forth at the start, and then it suddenly just went the way of Team HAPN. I think we took YayRainbows out of dual lane farm way too soon, and it just accelerated for Kaveka so hard. And then we just didn't have damage from our ADC, unfortunately. But you win some, you lose some, unfortunately. And this time, Team SNADDY does lose out. Team HAPN taking the set 2-0